Actually, I'm not. Because when Vegas set these lines, they're not just evaluating Aaron Rodgers, they're evaluating his team. So they're just not looking at, Aaron Rodgers. No, it's the Green Bay Packers, who happen to be a horrible road team. They have yet to win on the road. And the Seattle Seahawks, who happens to be a very good home team. Now, Skip Bayless would lead you to believe that this is an indictment on Aaron Rodgers. Clearly.
Have I spoken yet?
Yeah, no. And nobody's asked you to speak.
Since you brought it up, this is an indictment on Aaron Rodgers.
The Packers, so what? Are we going to give the Packers credit? They won last week at home against Brock Osweiler. Let that sink in. Not to be confused with Russell Wilson. So, no, they should be underdogs considering the last few times it hadn't gone well when the Packers had gone on the road and played in Seattle. You remember the fail Mary, and you remember they got blown out, 2014 opening day, and then they went back the following, the divisional round of the playoffs, gave up that big lead, and they lost them with the onside kick. They didn't recover the onside kick. So,
I remember that opener, and remember Aaron Rodgers was afraid to throw at Richard Sherman's side. Remember that? He wouldn't throw one ball to that side.
The Packers.
I don't know why.
Is it my turn to talk?
Yeah. Well, you brought it up. I was just amplifying because you didn't do enough homework.
Yeah, I did. I did play the homework. I think, and plus, the Packers' defense is banged up. Kevin King, Kentrell Brice, and Nick Perry, they're out. Blake Martinez, who might be their best defensive player, he's doubtful. Brashard Breeland, he's doubtful. So you got 5 starters, possibly, 3 of them are definitely out, and 2 more might possibly be out. Russell Wilson. Seattle's the number 1 running team in all of football. I don't know how many people realize that. They're the number 1 rushing team in all of football.
Why is that?
They can run the football very well. They got Russell
They try
Wilson.
more than anybody. They're the only team in the NFL that's run it more than they passed it.
Well, I know a team that has really good success when they run it more than they pass it, but that's none of my business, Jenny. We're not talking about them today.
Somebody has to deflect.
Ain't nobody deflecting anything. You just keep interrupting me. So, with that being said, no, I am not surprised that the Green Bay Packers are a 2.5-point underdog. This is not an indictment of Aaron Rodgers. This is an indictment of the Green Bay Packers.
Really?
They happen to be a poor road team, while the Seahawks happen to be a very good home team.
Was Aaron Rodgers a poor road quarterback? Is that what we're saying?
I don't know. Ask Tom Brady. Ask Tom Brady, because he lost his game. Didn't they lose to Detroit on the road? Yeah. Didn't they lose to Jacksonville on the road? Didn't they lose to Tennessee? So what's his record? So is Tom Brady a poor road quarterback? Skip Bayless, I'm ready for you today. I've been on this thing early this morning.
Don't need to be reminded.
I've been waiting for you all morning. Couldn't sleep last night.
Are you ready to explain to me how Aaron Rodgers' QBR has plummeted to 21st in the National Football League? 21st.
That's just pure Rodgers hate.
It's not. It's a stat. It's a fact.
But you told me when I told you that Tom Brady, you told me that's pure Brady hate.
Well, every once in a while they give him a 37. I'm saying, really? You outdueled Aaron Rodgers in the fourth quarter? You got a 37?
But like you told me, what did he do the first 3 quarters?
So, by Aaron Rodgers' standards, he's having a miserable year. Yet, he's 17 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Let that sink in.
Yeah, let that sink in. His QBR is 21st, but he's 17 to 1. Why is that? Well, he got exposed thanks to Pro Football Focus. I told you, I enlightened all of those blind witnesses who are Aaron Rodgers fans, because I keep telling you, Aaron Rodgers is the LeBron James of the National Football League. He's all about stats more than he's about dubs. Stats over dubs. So if you look at stats, protecting stats, what you do is you take no chances. So he is on pace right now to shatter his own record for throwing the football away.
Phillip Rivers had the record.
No, well, Aaron said it last year.
Well, he broke it.
Okay, he broke it last year, but Aaron's going to be like 40 beyond his total last year. Yeah. Why is that? Because his IQ, like LeBron's in basketball, is so high that he's now to the point where he says, gee, I got a brand to protect. So if I don't love this throw, I'm just going to throw it out of bounds. And it's not about avoiding sacks, because he's being sacked. He has been sacked the 7th most times in the NFL. So he's not just throwing it away because he's flinching under fire. Nope. So he's just saying, I don't love that. Throw it away. That's dicey. That's dicey. I'm going to throw it out of bounds.
What's the last thing that you want to do if you know your defense isn't very good. The last thing you want to do is put them back on the field when they just left the field. So you throw the ball away. You don't put the ball in harm's way. That's what most good quarterbacks do. They normally are commended for not turning the ball over. Now we want to punish Aaron Rodgers for the simple fact that touchdown to interception ratio is just absurd. Nobody should be able to do that.
Every once in a while, as we just saw in the video I showed from Tom Brady at Tennessee, you have to make a throw that's contested. But you hit Julian Edelman in the face mask with it because it was a hell of a throw.
Did you see him drop that ball in the bucket to Devontae Adams?
Well, okay. The point is, when they're open, when he's got a gimme, he'll take it. High IQ. I got one. I got a touchdown. And by the way, his receiving core, it's extraordinary. Devontae Adams is a top 10 receiver.
Okay, but here's the
Jimmy
thing.
Graham?
Can we stop talking about what Aaron Rodgers, because see, I know what you're doing here. You're trying to convince the people that Aaron has...
I'm not trying to convince them. I'm trying to enlighten them.
No, what you're trying to do is enlighten them to the point that Aaron Rodgers has so much and Tom Brady has so little. If by what you're saying is true, he still has little, right? So why is he losing?
Why is...
Tom Brady.
Well, his record's a lot better than Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is 4-4-1.
And his team is a lot better.
Interesting. But what did Aaron Rodgers say last week? We got to keep feeding the beast. We got to give it to the other Aaron because the Aaron who's carrying the Packers right now is named Jones, and he plays running back.
Whoa. So you criticizing that? You criticize Aaron Rodgers for saying we need to run the ball with Aaron Jones, but you love when Drew Brees came right on our show, sat right here at the Super Bowl and said we need to get back to that 50-50 running the football. You commended him. But now you castigate Aaron Rodgers for the very same thing.
I'm just saying that what they got right now is Aaron Jones, not Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, when Drew Brees, when they got away from that 50-50 mix, how was Drew Brees?
The record wasn't very good.
Okay, then. Okay, hold on. Didn't you just tell me, hold on. It's 7:37. You told me about 42 minutes ago, Skip Bayless, that Tom Brady had no running game.
He had 40 total rush yards at Tennessee. Against the Dolphins, Aaron Jones went 15 times for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. And this week, Aaron Rodgers said, we got to keep giving it to Aaron Jones.
What about those 140 yards that Sonny Michel, those 200-yard games that he's had, those 290-plus yards games that he's had? Did Tom Brady
hurt for a month? In fact, he came into the year hurt. Huh? They haven't had anything. They've been playing their kick returner at running back, and Cordero played running back at Tennessee about half the time.
This is not an indictment of Aaron Rodgers. This is an indictment of Aaron Rodgers' football team.
You do have to wonder.
Vegas does not believe that this Packers team on the road should be favored over the Seahawks at home. That's what it's telling me.
Is Richard Sherman still a Seahawk? I don't think so. Is Earl Thomas still a Seahawk? No, he's out for the year.
Even with that being said, did you know this, Jenny? They still have a top 10 pass and scoring defense with no Richard Sherman,
with
no Earl Thomas.
Oh, no, Kam Chancellor's gone. I forgot about that.
And even with that, the Seattle Seahawks have a top 10 pass and scoring defense with those great players no longer there. Let that sink in for a second. So what does that tell you? So when Vegas is evaluating them, they say with no Sherman, with no Earl Thomas, with no Cliff Avril, with no Kam Chancellor, top 10 pass, top 10 scoring defense. So that means they're a pretty good team. Number 1 rush offense.
So didn't you propose earlier this week you wanted a case to do on Aaron Rodgers in this game?
I changed my mind.
Oh, you changed your mind.
Oh,
yeah. I hold that right. I'm gonna do you like you do me. No, I'm not. I just want it back. I'm not giving you the case to do. But we get a case to do tomorrow though on old game down in Atlanta or Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah.
You're picking Dallas?
No.
You got a case on Dallas?
No.
I'll give you that.
No, you got the Cowboys.
I already told you they're going to lose at Atlanta.
No, I know what you got to do.
No, I'm not.
Well, you know what?
I already said it. I said it like a month ago.
Okay, I got a case to do on the Cowboys.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah,
okay, I'll take that.
Hey, because you know what? I think I put that jinx on them.
Okay.
Put that Miss Rudolph on them.
Yeah, all right.
That Miss Rudolph.
For the drinks. Okay.